How do I apply Image All-in-One Weed Killer? Should I put more than one seed in a hole when planting? And is Milorganite a product that's going to help my young grass? Folks, I've got answers to these questions and more coming up on Garden Sense. Hey everybody, I'm Tim Ward and welcome back to Garden Sense. Folks, we are really busy here at Garden Sense, obviously, but definitely over at Rosen's Online too, as you guys are placing a ton of orders and product is shipping out the door as fast as it is coming in, and we really appreciate your business. Now, with all those orders going out, we're getting a lot of emails, as I've been talking about with recent weeks, and it happens every year because the weather is starting to get really nice. So we selected 5 questions again for today's video podcast. So buckle up everybody, let's jump right in. The first question is from Glenn. Tim, I see that you have a product called All-in-One Weed Killer. The description says it covers 6,000 square feet. It does not say how it is applied. Do you use a tank sprayer, hose in a bottle, or what? Alright, so Image All-in-One Weed Killer is a concentrate. So you can use a backpack sprayer, you can use a pump sprayer, you can use a hose end applicator. Now, what I actually prefer is this product right here. We actually sell it over at rosensonline.com. This is actually a dial and spray by Ortho. It's really easy, and I use this a lot when I'm putting down Image All-in-One Weed Killer. It's real simple. You want to use 4 ounces of Image All-in-One per 1 gallon of water. So actually on the dial right here, you can just set it right to 4 and go ahead and attach it to your hose. Turn on the water. You're going to want to put the product, the Image product right here in the basin and start pulling the trigger and go to town. Now, I've got a 100-foot hose, and so I'm able to do most of my lawn using this product here, but actually some parts of my lawn I can't reach with the hose. So in that case, I'll actually use a pump sprayer. And again, it holds a gallon of water. I put 4 ounces in of the concentrate, pump it up, and then I just casually walk around my grass and spray any weeds that I can't get with this. So again, Image All-in-One Weed Killer is available over at Rosen's Online, as is this product. We highly recommend this product because we also want to use this with other products that we use. Something like a Kickstart is really beneficial when you have the Ortho dial and spray. The next question is from Lou. Hello, Tim. If I sow more than 1 seed in each planting hole for corn and more than 1 seed germinates, do I let them all grow or do I cut off the smaller ones? Alright, so it is a very common practice to put multiple seeds in each individual hole. And the reason you do that is to improve the likelihood of germination. Now, let's say you put 3 corn seeds in the ground and you have 3 plants now growing. You are 100% right. You actually want to pick the one that looks like it's growing the strongest, and you want to cut back or prune off the other 2 plants that are growing. Now, you may have to do that a couple of times before those other plants kind of take the hint, but the reason you do that is you want that plant that's growing really strong to not have to compete with the other 2 plants. You want all the nutrition in the soil to go to that single plant, all of the water to that single plant, all of the sunlight to that single plant. So again, this is a very common practice. Farmers have been using this forever. Greenhouses use this forever. This is the best way to really ensure 100% germination in anything that you're planting from seed, is to put multiple seeds in the ground. The third question is from Ernest. Hey Tim, these are some of the biggest and strongest dandelions I've seen. Is Turf Truss with Gallery or Turf Truss with Dimension the best line of defense? So to control dandelions, we would first recommend that you use Turf Truss Broadleaf Weed Control with Gallery, and I would put down 2 applications. You want a springtime application around March 15th or so, and then you want an early to mid-fall application. In between that time, I guarantee you dandelions are still going to come up because they are very pervasive weeds. They're very hardy weeds, and they can take quite a beating and still come back. So in between those 2 applications of Turf Truss Broadleaf Weed Control with Gallery, I would definitely recommend that you use something like an Image All-in-One Weed Killer. We've talked about this product a lot on this program. It's very effective at killing weeds, including dandelions. So put down that Gallery around March 15th, then through the late spring and early summer, even into midsummer, late summer, you're going to want to use that Image all-in-one weed killer. You can put down a couple of applications on your lawn, so just make sure you read the label. And then in the early to mid-fall, you're going to want to put down a second application of Gallery. That in and of itself is going to really help reduce the dandelion population, along with a number of other broadleaf weeds that you may have in your grass. The fourth question is from Shelly. Hi Tim, an ad for Milorganite popped up the other day. I used to use it and the older part of my lawn is quite well established. Was wondering if an application might help the grass that is less than 3 years get established to help through the summer or for future years. So Milorganite's not going to hurt your lawn, but I'll be perfectly honest with you. If you really want to keep your grass green, keep it healthy and strong, you want to use a product like Turf Trust fertilizer instead. And the reason is simple. A single bag of Milorganite is not going to fertilize as large of an area as a single bag of Turf Trust. Milorganite does not have nearly the nutritional components in its bag as Turf Trust. In fact, in most cases, Turf Trust has 2 to 3 times more of the nutritional value as Milorganite. The only difference that really matters is whether or not you want an organic fertilizer or not. And Turf Trust is not organic, Milorganite is. So if you have to have an organic fertilizer, Milorganite's a fine way to go. Again, that product has been around forever. It's a very well-established product. But again, in terms of just overall nutritional value, in terms of the coverage that you're going to get, Milorganite can't hold a candle next to Turf Trust. Turf Trust is the only lawn fertilizer I use. I highly, highly recommend it. And obviously, it's available over at rosensonline.com. The final question for today is from Rufus. Hello, Tim. What should I be doing to keep my lawn green? All right, so as we're headed into summer, there are 3 things that we want to worry about. 1 is we want to make sure that our lawn is getting plenty of water. 2, we want to make sure that we're using a product like Kickstart to really strengthen the root system. And 3, we want to make sure that we're putting down Turf Trust fertilizers. Now, fortunately for you, today we are kicking off our annual Summer Stock Up promotion. Folks, this is the best promotion that we run all year because what it's going to do is give you 3 bags of Turf Trust Starter or Turf Trust Maintenance Fertilizer. It's available in the 5M or the 10M sizes, and you're going to get the best price on the product, and it's going to qualify for free shipping. This is our biggest sale of the year. We sell through this stuff so fast each and every May when we kick this off. So make sure you head over to rosensonline.com right now and take advantage of the summer stock up for Turf Trust lawn fertilizers. Those are the products that you want to put on your grass to make sure that it stays green and healthy all through the summer. All right, folks, just a couple final thoughts before we wrap up this week's video podcast. Folks, as I just mentioned, going on right now, in fact, it's starting today, we have our annual Summer Stock Up promotion. Folks, this is 3 bags of Turf Trust fertilizers. It can be the maintenance or the starter. It can be the 5,000 square feet of coverage. It can be the 10,000 square feet of coverage. Folks, this is the best sale that we run on Turf Trust fertilizers all year, which means you're going to get the best price and it's going to qualify for free shipping. So head over to rosensonline.com right now and take advantage of this special offer. If you have ordered a little bit later, you know how quickly that Turf Trust fertilizers can go in and out of stock. We sell so much of it. So we have it in stock right now. Make sure you head over right now and take advantage of it. But I'm sure we're going to have to place another order here in the next day or 2 because that is how quickly this stuff flies off the shelf. Folks, we also currently still have the Spring Garden Special going on over at rosensonline.com. This is a combo pack that includes a bag of Plant Trust, 3 bags of Garden Trust, and a bottle of Kickstart. This is everything that your landscaping, your garden needs to thrive. So if you are planning on doing some planting this Memorial Day weekend, make sure you head over to rosensonline.com and place an order. This sale is actually going to end on Memorial Day. So make sure that you head over there right now if you haven't placed your order and pick up what you need right now. Folks, please continue to send in all of the emails that you've been sending. We really appreciate it. I've said this many times before. Obviously, it helps us to create the content for this video podcast. But we also want to make sure that you're getting the very best advice, and that is our goal each and every week, is to provide you with the best information, the best advice, so that your lawns and gardens can absolutely thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for the time that you have spent with us today. It really means a lot. I hope you folks have an amazing rest of the week. God bless.